Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. This is Rishabh from Ascending Techie, and today is a very special day because I'll be building my first ever PC. So all of my parts have arrived and let's take a look at them. So first up we have the processor. It is the Ryzen 7 3700X, but we are not going to use it with the stock cooler. So for the cooler we have the best in class air cooler, the Noctua NH-D15, that too in Chromex black color. Then for the motherboard, we have got the tough B550 motherboard along with Wi-Fi. So originally I had ordered a non-Wi-Fi motherboard, but they didn't have it in stock, and the only place that had them available, the Wi-Fi and the non-Wi-Fi version, had only a 50 rupees price difference. So we went with the Wi-Fi version of tough B550. Then for the RAM, we have 32 gigabytes of RAM, 2 sticks, 3600 megahertz CL18. We have a crucial P2 500 GB SSD for C drive and a 1 TB hard disk in that box, which will be using as storage. Then for power supply, we have a 750 watt gold rated fully modular power supply. Then for the case, we have Lee & Lee LAN Cool 215. Then for the GPU, we have the colorful iGame RTX 3080 Ultra. And the other things that I have got are the G213 Prodigy keyboard and the Samsung G5 monitor, which is a 1440p 144 monitor. It is curved. So let's start building. Okay, so I have finished building the PC and I haven't closed the side panels yet on both the sides. So we are going to try to post first and then close off the panels. Let's go. Looks like we have every single fan running. This might take a while because it's the first post. And we have a post. Let's go. Okay, so 3700X, 3600 megahertz memory. Both RAM sticks have been detected. We have the SSD and the hard disk detected. Okay, so now I'll set up Windows and turn on XMP and stuff. So I'll get back to you once all the setup is done. Okay, so now the side panels are on and Windows is almost completed with the setup, and this is how it looks with the side panels on. And now it's time for the peel. Okay, so the blender tests are running, and for now the maximum temperature that the GPU has reached is 66 degrees, and we have already finished a lot of the benchmarks from Blender. So I think that's a pretty decent performance from the GPU, maxing out at 65 degrees at most. Okay, so it's been almost 2 weeks since I built the PC, and there have been some changes and things that I've done with it. So first of all, the PC is now running at 3600 megahertz with CL18 timings. I did enable it via the BIOS. If you are making a new PC, remember that you need to enable DOCP in the BIOS to get the advertised timings for your RAM running on. And I will flip the camera so that you can take a better look at it. So I've been trying to get the position fixed for the rig. So right now I have placed it here. I started by placing it here, then I switched to placing it here like this, and then I moved it on this side so that I don't accidentally flick it while moving the mouse. Then I will put the tripod here. By this time I have streamed twice, and both of the time I've got an immense response to every single one who joined me in the stream. I feel really grateful. Thank you so much for joining those streams, and I'll be streaming every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so make sure you join me as well. Okay, so for both of those Valorant streams, the CPU and the GPU were literally sitting at around anywhere from 50 to 55 degrees Celsius. I was trying to monitor the temps in between. Also, the RGB, I have made sure that the RGB is synced with the temperature of CPU and GPU respectively. So the fans as well as the motherboard LED, which is mostly covered by the GPU itself, is showing the CPU temps. So when it is cool, it's running on green color. Then on around 45-50 degrees, it will turn blue, and when it is around 70 degrees Celsius, it would be purple. And same for the GPU as well. It is running cool right now, so it's green. Then it would switch to light blue, dark blue, and then purple when it's running really hot. Another thing that I needed to show was the cable management that I've done. So I've tied up all the cables using the cable tie that came with the power supply. I've tied all those cables and then transferred them to the power strip here. I haven't untied these because the monitor is right here, so the cable I don't require the cable length. So this is how it's set up right now. The tripod, I use it to place my phone and use it as a webcam while I'm streaming. Then something else that you should keep in mind when you are building a PC, and that was an issue that I faced. The front panel headphone jack stopped working, and I had to call up support, and then I only realized that I forgot to install the audio drivers for the motherboard. So if you're building a new PC, definitely make sure that you install the audio drivers for the motherboard first, and then try to sort out any issues if they are available anymore. Something else that you should know about this case, this is the Lianli LANCool 215, as you already know, is that there is an LED button right here, and if you keep pressing it for 3 seconds, it switches the RGB control to the motherboard. But for that you need to connect the wire from the hub that is behind here, from the hub to the motherboard first. So once you have done that, you can press these LED, and that's how you can control these LEDs, like I am doing right now, controlling them using CPU temperature. While running Heaven benchmark, the GPU goes at about 70 to 74 degrees Celsius at max, and the processor in its max temperature has reached about 70 to 71 degrees Celsius. But you should also note that the ambient temperature since I built the PC 2 weeks ago has increased. So that would be a factor as well as to why the rig is now crossing 70 degrees Celsius on both the CPU and GPU. But usually there's not much overheating or something like that, any issue. Something else that I'm also planning to try is that take out the exhaust fan from here and put it at bottom to give an intake to the GPU of fresh air. That's something that I might try in summer, not right now, because the GPU is even while streaming using the NVENC new encoder, the GPU is still sitting at 50 degrees Celsius. So that's not something I'm trying right now, but I definitely want to try in the future. I would have loved to use the Noctua fan here and check out the one fan configuration, but this is a 140 millimeter fan, and the space that we have here is 120 millimeters. So that's not something that we are trying. Other minor change that I made is with the GPU cables, power cables. So they were first going from here to that opening, but I switched them to above because this LED was being covered. I'm now connecting the cables from above to the GPU, so that doesn't cover the RGB anymore. So that's it. This mouse pad is really great. It gives me enough space to use my mouse as well as keep my keyboard on here. And something else that I need to figure out is a way to get this cable out of the way of the keyboard. Right now I've connected it to the monitor because the PC is too far away. So if I'm sitting here and the headphones are connected there, then it would be a really tight fit around here. That's why I've connected it here, but we will find a way for that. Something else is that we might also get a mic and connect it here using a stand. So that would make it easier for me to communicate and record videos. Also, something else that I wanted to point out is that I found a video on YouTube which was benchmarking the EVGA Ultra FTW3, and on stock settings the score that it made on Heaven benchmark was very much similar to the score that my GPU is making without the OC. So, and those scores were also without the OC. I am not using the OC right now because I want to run the GPU at stock settings right now. So maybe about a year or year and a half after, I might turn on the OC if I want to start experimenting with my hardware. I hope you enjoyed this vlog style video that I tried to make with the PC build. and definitely I'll be streaming every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on YouTube, this same channel, and the time will be 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. So I'll be streaming for 3 hours on the weekends. I hope you join in and say hi, stay there, play Valorant with me as well, and we will have fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, be kind to everyone.